The views and opinions expressed by the hosts do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not reflect those of the hosts, the show, the management, and the network.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Bloomer Babe Podcast. This is your host, Katie. Welcome to the podcast about my life, current news, lifestyle, millennial struggles, and anything under the sun. So if that sounds like your jam, please stick around. Today is March 6, 2025. It's a Thursday. It is my sister's birthday today. Happy birthday, Ate Joanne. It's her 40th birthday. Napakabilis ng panahon. It just feels like I was in my 20s and my ate in her 30s. Pero ngayon ang bilis-bilis. Sa lalaki na ng mga pamangkin ko. Anyway, but I'm happy that she is healthy and thriving. And healthy yung mga pamangkin ko and also her husband. So, still grateful for the years. Kahit tumatanda na kami. And yeah. How are you guys? I'm finally back in the Philippines. Parang wala pa yatang 1 week since I arrived from Vietnam. So medyo may Hanoi hangover pa ako. Actually, gumigising pa rin ako ng umaga and I still feel like I'm missing something in my breakfast. I miss the mist. I miss the weather, the people, and most of all, the food. Even bought another luggage for my pasalubong, which is mostly just coffee. I bought 5 bags of ground coffee, and then mga pasalubong was just all instant. And I bought a lot of jackets because it's so cheap. I also bought a pair of Adidas Samba shoes. It is a dupe. It is fake one, but it is really good. It's more comfortable than the original ones, and that is now my favorite shoes to wear. Wala na, siya na yung daily driver ko. How are you guys? How is the heat at North area? Para nakikita ko ang heat index sa Quezon City, sa Subic is around 40 plus. Kumabot ng 46. But actually here in Laguna, I feel a bit humid. Mainit sa gabi. And I don't know if kakayanin ko ang summer. So I'm moving to my new apartment pala this month. I got a semi-furnished one because it's cheaper. I don't know if I did the right decision kasi parang ang dami kong bibilhin. Ang dami kong bibilhin to fill the unit. And kapag kinumpit ko sa utak ko, is it worth it? Maybe I should have gotten the fully furnished one. Kasi yes, I will shell out money to buy those things or furniture. Plus, ako pa yung kukuha. Isipin ko pa. Alam mo, medyo nasa-stress ako ngayon. To think, even the main ceiling light I have to buy. So any other current topics? Have you heard about the news? Donald Trump is raising or posting higher tariffs for Canada, Mexico, and other countries. And alam ko parang nag-retaliate din si Canada already yesterday, and they said that they will also do the same, like around 25% din yata for goods that is coming from US. I'm not really familiar with the trade wars, kung ano nangyari noon. If this happened before, but I asked one of my friends and he said that the last time this happened was there was a great recession. When this happened, there was a Great Depression in 1921s nung naging ganun kataas yung tariff rates. So, medyo nakakatakot to be in America or wherever in the western side. Hindi pa nga daw tapos yata yung sona ni Donald Trump. So, there might be more changes in the government of America. One more thing that I learned this week is that there is such a thing as space economy. So I know that there are companies do study and innovate for us to learn more about the moon, but I really didn't paid attention to the news, or di pa ako nakapag-research about it, that they really wanted to camp bases in moon and even have plans to commercialize it. Diba? That was so cool. So these countries parang magkakaroon ng sari-sariling base in moon. They said that, let's say, US will have its own base, Russia or China will have their own bases in the moon. And as what I've heard or researched is that there is a certain mineral that would be very useful here on Earth. I think that is called helium-5, a good mineral that is very environmentally friendly as a source of energy. And there's a lot more minerals that they have discovered that we can use. Yeah, maybe I'll deep dive on that if I have time. I will do session of current news. Ang tagal na last current news ko pala, no? Pero kasi I don't have topics right now that I really geek out about. There are two companies that are leading and it is the one, of course, SpaceX, that is owned by Elon Musk, and another one that is owned by Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin. And there are other companies that are doing it. So they said that this is a $1 trillion industry. They see this as an innovation and might be changing the travel industry in the future. O, diba? We might have chances of traveling the moon. Sana maabutan ko pa yun. Like, I'm not that old and I'm that rich to do so. That was a very quick introduction. Slight chika lang. Because I really haven't prepared for anything. My main topic for today's episode is very relatable. Actually, it happened to me before doing this podcast. Because I am so in my lazy girl era. For today's episode, I wanted to share the tips on how to get yourself out of a rut. Whoever is also experiencing the same thing as me, nasa lazy girl era, I hope we can push through it by doing these steps. Have you ever had a phase on where you feel completely stuck? Yung wala kang energy, wala kang motivation, yung parang wala kang gana sa kahit ano, kahit na alam mo ang dami mo dapat gawin, wala kang urge to do anything. Yung parang you wake up pero wala ka namang pinaghahandaan, you work but wala ka namang excitement, you scroll endlessly on social media and alam mo namang sinasayang mo yung oras mo but you can't stop. And then you finally lie on your bed at night, tas bigla kang magigilty of what happened to you that day. It's like you're watching your life happen but you're not really living it. And babe, I get it. Ang hirap lumabas sa rut na yan kasi hindi siya simpleng bad day lang. It's a cycle. The more you stay stuck, the harder it is to move. But today we're gonna break that cycle, and no, I won't give you those generic just be positive advice. We are going deep. So if you feel like your life is on pause, this episode is for you. So grab your coffee, matcha, whatever drink that you have, and girl, let's talk. So I have here some tips or steps that you could do so we could get out of this rut, girl. Okay, so step 1, you should be able to identify what is draining you. So bago mo i-force ang sarili mo mag-move, try to take a pause. Ask yourself, ano ba yung bigat sa akin or nagpapahina sa akin? Kasi most of the time, girl, hindi tayo tamad. It's just we are drained. Ano may ubus ka lang. Wala kang tulog, wala kang energy, you don't have the mental capacity. Let me give you an example. So if you're mentally drained, baka naman, sobrang dami mong iniisip, maybe you're overwhelmed with the responsibilities and you don't even know where to start. Or if you're emotionally drained, baka may something or someone that is sucking the life out of you, Pwedeng, toxic relationship or fake friendships, or even the pressure to be someone that you are not. Or, pwede rin you're physically drained kasi baka wala ka talagang energy, kulang ka sa tulog, kulang ka sa nutrients, or even sa movement. The first step to try getting out of a rut is tanggalin mo yung nagpapabigat sa'yo. So, remove one thing that's secretly draining you. So first, maybe you could unfollow people that make you feel shit. Maybe unfriend them, unfollow them on social media. Do other things that you can enjoy. Nagagamitin mo yung katawan mo. Either an exercise, basta a physical movement that would get your head off from your phone. Or you could just take a break from social media, just cut your phone for 24 hours, or say no to something that's just adding to your stress. Baka naman kasi you don't have to do more, you just need to carry less. Step 2, shake up your routine. I call this controlled chaos day. Sometimes kasi, the reason why we feel stuck is because wala ka na nakikitang bago sa ginagawa mo. It's just like a routine. Same shit, different day. Like you wake up the same way. We go through the same routine. We consume the same content. Alam mo yung walang excitement, walang spark. So, here's my advice. Shake things up, as in big time. Gumawa ka ng isang araw where you completely break your usual patterns. So, for example, gising ka na maaga or mas late, basta iba than usual. Or rearrange your room or your work setup. Kasi kahit yung simpleng pagpalit ng bed sheets or paglipat ng desks, nakakabago ng mood, nakakabago ng energy. Or, you can also do something random na hindi mo nagagawa before. So, pwede ka mag-try ng bagong cafe, bagong activity, or even talk to a stranger. So, why is it effective? Kasi binibigyan mo yung brain mo ng shock effect. Bigla ka magkaka-energy kasi for the first time in a while, hindi mo alam exactly kung ano yung mangyayari. Like, the excitement of the unknown. Kung may fear of the unknown, may excitement of the unknown. Diba? Kahit simpleng pagpalit lang ng morning routine mo, mararamdaman mo agad yung difference. Actually, what works for me is to change my environment. I work from home all the time. Nakakasawa naman na lagi lang ako sa bahay. So what I do is I go out on cafes, I work at co-working spaces, or I travel to a different country or a different place, a province here in the Philippines, stay there for like a month or 2, and then dun ako mag-work. Medyo may adjustment phase siya, but it motivates me na, hey, I'm doing something that I love while working. And it's refreshing kasi nag-iiba yung work setup mo. Minsan I was in front of a beach, minsan I was out of country. So, alam mo yun, after ng work, I know I will be excited to go around the city. Something like that. Okay, so next step 3, create small wins or hack your dopamine. Let's talk about dopamine. So, dopamine is your motivation chemical. Ito yung reason kung bakit ang saya nating mag-scroll to TikTok for hours, pero ang hirap natin mag-ayos ng room. Kasi sa TikTok, my instant reward, new content, entertainment, and engagement. Pero, sa actual life, walang instant gratification. Kaya ang hirap gumalaw. So, instead of waiting for motivation, why not we hack our dopamine levels? Paano natin gagawin yan? By creating small wins that feel rewarding. So, you could try setting a mini missions instead of big overwhelming goal. So instead of saying na magiging productive ako today, you can say that gagawin ko lang muna tong isang task na to, and then when I finish it, it feels good. Another thing that you can do is use the 5-minute rule. So tell yourself, I'll just do this for 5 minutes kasi once you start, mas madali lang ituloy. It's like going to the gym. I know it's hard to going to the gym. Pero pag nandun ka na, diba? Wala na nandito ka na It feels good then after you've done it. Third, that also you can try is reward yourself after finishing something. So, hindi kailangan big deal. Kahit simpleng reward lang, like watching an episode of your favorite show after doing something productive, it worked. Step 4, look at your life backward. This one's powerful. So, instead of looking at where you are right now, look at where you were before. You are not the same person you were last year. Alam mo yun, isipin mo, ilang challenges na ba yung nalagpasan mo? Ilang bagay ang akala mong hindi mo kaya dati pero kinaya mo. Ilang beses ka nang tumayo kahit feeling mo dati, tapos ka na, give up ka na. Try doing this. List down 5 things na nagawa mo na dati na akala mo hindi mo kakayanin. Tapos tingnan mo and remind yourself, kung nalagpasan mo to noon, kakayanin mo to ulit ngayon. Okay, so those were the tips or the steps that you could try to get out of the lazy phase. I hope you learned something from this episode. But for final takeaway, remember, babes, that you are not stuck forever. This rut is just temporary. Again, to recap, remove anything that is burdening you, making you worry, making you more anxious. Shake up your routine or change something from your routine. Third is gamify your life. So look at it as like you're playing a game and you need to like finish a few missions or a few levels, right? Para magkaroon ka naman ng excitement. And fourth is look back at how far you've come. And most of all, trust yourself. Hindi tayo tamad, hindi tayo failure. It's just we're tired and that is fixable, right? So if nagustuhan mo tong episode na to, DM me and IG and tell me anong steps ang gagawin mo today. Let's talk about it. I love you and I hope you learned something from this episode. So if you have any questions or suggestions, just send an email to bloomerbabepodcast@gmail.com. Also, like my social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Meron pa ba akong X? Wala na. TikTok and YouTube. You could also stream my podcast on platforms Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. So I hope you have a very good weekend, a restful weekend, so that we have more energy for the next week. I'll see you on my next episode. Stay safe, babes. Buyers.